All right, tap in, tap in. I tell y'all this every day, so y'all already know. I'm late for everything. I'm gonna be late for my funeral. Tap in, tap in. Let's go. I got some real shit. Hit y'all off with. I don't think y'all ready for this. A lot of y'all don't know nothing about this, man. Growing up in the hood, shit get real, man. A lot of shit don't get talked about. But I'ma tell y'all what it is. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Come on, let's get it. What you know about seeing dead bodies at the age of 12 years old? Tap in, tap in. What was you doing at 12 years old? I don't think you was out here like me. That's why I gotta tell you what the fuck been going on. Tap in, tap in. It's a lot of shit up here. Cause I did a lot of shit out here. Tap in, tap the fuck in. Y'all know I come real and authentic with everything I say and I do. I don't sugarcoat, I don't edit, I don't do none of that. I come straight off the dome. It come from up here, it come out here, come to you. Tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, y'all about ready? I don't think you ready. You got your blunts rolled and your drink poured. Come on, tap in, tap the fuck in. All right, so let's kick this off. So, from the time I was about 5 years old up until 12, I was a bad ass nigga. Now, after that, I was bad as fuck too. But I'm just speaking on the time from when I was 5 to 12. I was doing so much shit, it was ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Um, I was stealing from my daddy. I was stealing money out his pockets. You know what I'm saying? Like my daddy, I told you he was a drug dealer back in the day. You know what I'm saying? He was a part of the YBI crew. I know y'all didn't heard about the YBI boys in Detroit. My daddy was one of them. You know what I'm saying? So he was selling dope with all the dope men and shit like that. So he always knew to keep a knot of cash on him. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't with all that credit card shit. He just always kept cash on him. So when he decided to move in with me and my mom, when we had moved from the West Warren neighborhood to 7 Mile, when he moved in with us, he had to get a job. He had to cut that drug dealing shit out, right? So he got a job driving the city bus, and he'll leave his work pants on the ledge of the stairs. Now him and my mama, they slept upstairs. You know what I'm saying, like up in the attic area, and I slept, on the main floor. Well, he would leave his pants on the ledge of the stairs, and I told you he'd keep a knot of money like this. You know what I'm saying? All hundreds, fifties, couple twenties, some tens, shit like that. Big ass knot. It'd be a couple $1,000s, and this was him every day. You know what I'm saying? So I knew this about him. So it started getting to a point, I think when I turned about 7, 8 years old, some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I started stealing out his pockets. You know what I'm saying? I was taking his money. I was taking it to school. I spent a couple dollars, all type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And I wouldn't take $3, $4. I'd take 300, $400. You know what I'm saying? At a time. Now at first he was letting me slide, but then I was doing it too much and he just started getting on my ass, and you know what I'm saying? It was a wrap on this shit. So that was one of the badass things I was doing, in my younger days. I was stealing money from his ass. Well, he decided to start taking his pants upstairs with him. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't steal no more money from him. So I hit my mama one time. She had left her purse downstairs. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I ain't one of them type of niggas that be on fuck shit. I just hit her this one time. You know what I'm saying? And she had $100 bill. Like it was like hanging out the purse. Like you could see it. Like you walk past it, you could see it. You know what I'm saying? I snatched that motherfucker. After that, Man, my daddy was so heated with me. He like, it's all right if you get me, but you hitting your mama, like you tripping. You know what I'm saying? So me and him went through it with that shit. So with that being said, uh he was like trying to figure out a method, to like calm me down because I was just too turned up. I just didn't give a fuck about nothing. Like I was just bad as fuck. And part of the reason was his ass. But I just started spiraling and getting out of hand with it. So he ain't like that shit. So he trying to figure out a method. Well, let's fast forward the tape a little bit. Now I'm about 10 years old. You know what I'm saying? Now this is when my hood started forming their gangs and shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was three crews out my hood. My crew and two other crews, Fam First, BCB. You know what I'm saying? All three of us running around the hood terrorizing shit. You know what I'm saying? Now before we came up, the hood was nice and quiet. You know what I'm saying? It was a bunch of black people around there, that had money and shit. So like they moved from the more urban hoods to 7 Mile. Back then, 7 Mile was real nice. You know what I'm saying? Brick homes and all of that shit, which is a part of my background. You know what I'm saying? Like I came from growing up in a brick home. You know what I'm saying? Solid shit. So, I carry that on. But anyway, so when everybody moved to 7 Mile, pretty much everybody like, oh, we in the better part of Detroit, shit like that. So when me and my crew came up, man, we was out motherfucking cold. Let me hit this chat real quick. Chrissy, girl, fuck you again. Like I said, you know what it is. Outdoors podcast. What's the deal? Too scandalous, my nigga. You know I'm on it. I got them coming all day. All right, so back to it. Now, like I said, this around the time when my hood started forming their gangs and shit, right? All right, so everybody gang, you know, you and your niggas over here, you and your niggas over there. You know what I'm saying? That's how it started. Then it went from that to, oh, y'all niggas some hoes. You know what I'm saying? Me and my niggas, we more gangster than y'all. You know what I'm saying? So it was a bunch of bickering back and forth. Then it went from that to fighting. You know what I'm saying? So when it went to fighting, we started getting disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? Like we'd come to your house and knock on your door. You know what I'm saying? Your mama in there cooking dinner or breakfast, lunch, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We ain't give a fuck. We'd come knocking on your door. Moms come open the door. Tell that nigga come outside. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. So we was just bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? This is the type of shit we was doing at a young age. So, all right, let me fast forward a little further now. Now getting to the part where I'm talking about with me seeing these dead bodies, right? All right. So I gave y'all a little backdrop on how bad I was, and why this ended up resulting to, you know, this whole point of this live, right? All right. So I'm about 12 years old. And I told you we was bad as fuck. You know what I'm saying? We just tearing up the neighborhood. It went from a nice neighborhood to real fucked up real quick. All because of the niggas that I grew up with. You know what I'm saying? So the neighbors scared. They don't know what to do with us. They wondering why we so fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? Everybody trying to figure out a remedy to, calm us down. Like we so excuse me, we so young and bad, you know what I'm saying? So it's like people trying to figure out what the fuck can be done about these kids. Now, most of the niggas I grew up with, they didn't have their daddies. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of them was fucked up because they didn't have fathers. So a lot of people in the neighborhood was trying to get together, trying to figure out what can they do for these kids, type shit. Well, my daddy, right? He got a sister, which is my auntie Lenore. You know what I'm saying? She was dealing with some man that, fucked with them dead bodies and, the autopsy and all of that shit. So my auntie, she was, the pretty girl back then and all of that. And she's still that, but we just talking about back then. But anyway, She had this, higher grade nigga, like I said, fucking with the bodies and all of that shit. So her thing was, hey, I can come pick your son up and bring him to this autopsy place so he can see these dead bodies. Maybe that'll help him change his mind about being in the streets. All right. So her and my daddy talked about the shit, and my daddy agreed to it. Now, mind you, I don't know nothing about this at the time. I'm just telling y'all how the shit went. So one day, I'm in the crib chilling. I'm watching TV. I'm 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? I'm watching TV. I remember this shit like it was yesterday, man. So I'm watching TV. This big ass van pulled up in front of the house, right? I'm like, the fuck is this van doing in front of the house? You know what I'm saying? I mean, damn, not a van, a bus. My bad. It was a bus. It was like a Greyhound bus. It was a big ass black bus. And the windows was tinted, so you couldn't see in it. You couldn't see out of it. Well, of course you could see out of it, but you couldn't see in it. You know what I'm saying? Type shit. All right. I'm looking at this damn bus in front of the house. I jump up. I run to the living room. My mom in there. I'm like, you see this bus? You know what I'm saying? Outside. She like, yeah, I know what it is. I'm like, what you mean you know what it is? So I run to the front door, right? When I go to the front door, my auntie Lenore jumping off that damn bus, right? I'm looking like, what the fuck is she doing jumping off this bus? My mama just sitting there quiet as hell, not saying shit. Now, my daddy wasn't at home, when this happened. He was out at work or some shit. So Lenora come walking up. I open the door. I let her in. She like, oh, I don't got to come in. You coming with me. What? You know what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, this is my auntie, so okay, cool. I look at my mom. She like, yeah, go on ahead. All right. So I leave out the house. I go get on the bus with my auntie. Now, when the doors open to get on the bus, it was this big black dude. He had this mean ass mug on his face. You know what I'm saying? So I walk up the steps. I'm about to go to the back of the bus, because we was always the type that ride the back of the bus. You know what I'm saying? So I'm about to get ready to head to the back of the bus. When I look up, it was a whole bunch of teenagers on this bus, all young niggas, maybe from like 10 to 15. You know what I'm saying? All of these niggas on the bus, they got bandanas, you know what I'm saying? Red flag, blue flag, all of that shit. Like, all of these niggas on the bus was some young gangbanging, badass niggas. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even gonna lie. I felt at home. I felt comfortable. I'm like, oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm with a bunch of niggas that be on the shit I be on. You know what I'm saying? So I look back at my auntie. I'm like, she like, no, it's all cool. Don't worry about it. I'm like, all right, cool. I go sit down. We all in that bitch mixing and mingling, talking and shit. You know what I'm saying? Bus pull off. I don't know where we going. I don't know what the fuck going on. It's just a whole bunch of us badass niggas on this bus. You know what I'm saying? So we riding, talking shit, rapping, all type of shit. We don't know what the fuck is coming to us, but we about to get a real life reality check. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So the ride was probably like 30 to 45 minutes. Now I'm 12 years old, so of course I don't know where the fuck we went, none of that. I just know we was riding, laughing, talking, rapping, and all of that shit, right? All right, so we pull up to this building, big dumbass building. I remember it was a big ass building, you know. So when we get to the building, we all jump off the bus, we all in formation, like in a big ass crowd. So my auntie talking to us, she trying to, prep us for what we about to see. She like, look, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, y'all about to see something that's gonna change y'all life for the rest of your life. So she like, prepare for it, be ready. We all like, man, what the fuck is she talking about? We all like looking at each other like, hey, if somebody jump on us or something, we helping each other. Fuck that. You know what I'm saying? That's what we thinking. We thinking we about to get jumped by some grown niggas, like some scared straight program type shit. So we all prepping like, man, niggas say anything crazy, we whooping them. So we walking in the building. It's a nice clean ass building, no sign of a jail type thing. We walking down the hall talking our shit. Like, man, nigga pop out. I'm splitting this shit. You know what I'm saying? You jump on. We got this shit all laid out. What we gonna do if it's some scared straight type niggas jump out on us? You know what I'm saying? Well, They put us in this room, right? It was all glass, an all glass room. It was about 10 to 15 of us, right? We all in this glass room together. And my auntie was in the room with us, right? The light shut off. Well, before the light shut off, it was just a room. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, hold on, this damn ambulance coming by. Can y'all hear it? Sorry, some shit going on around here. I think it's old people, old people be falling and shit because I stay around a bunch of old people, so it might be some old people shit going on. It ain't no crimes. I ain't even in Detroit, so it ain't no crime like that. Anyway, so like I said, we in this room and it's like slabs. It was 3 slabs and a bunch of tools and utensils and all of that type of shit. Mind you, I'm 12 years old. I don't know what the fuck this is. So all right, the light shut off. Boom. Everybody, we all grabbing each other like, man, what the fuck going on? They didn't cut the lights off. Like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit about to go on. You know what I'm saying? The lights go off. We all in the dark for about 30 seconds. We hear somebody talking over the little PA system, while we in this glass room. So they saying like, look, we preparing y'all for something y'all never seen before. So, get ready. This is a game changer, blah, 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 blah. We like, all right, whatever. Boom, the light shut on. Everything was still in place. The slabs, the tools, all of it. All that shit was still in the same place. So it wasn't like they did no funny shit when the lights was off. They just shut the lights off on us. You know what I'm saying? I guess to put some fear in this or whatever. All right, so the lights on. Next thing you know, a door open, right? Well, the way we facing with the slabs and everything, it was a door back there. The door open. And these 2 doctors walked in, with their white suits and everything. So they walk in, they get to talking to us. They like, look, we about to roll in some dead bodies. And we gonna show y'all exactly what we do with people when they die. Now, the way that y'all headed, what y'all headed for death at an early age. You know what I'm saying? So this is what they telling us. Like, they running this game on us. You know what I'm saying? We all like, man, whatever. This some scared straight type shit, So after they get done with their little prep talk, they probably prepped us for like 2 minutes or something. After they got done with that, they was like, all right, roll the bodies in. So next thing you know, they rolled one body in on the slab, right? They rolled the body in on the slab. It was a burnt up body. It was a woman, naked body laid on the slab. The whole body was burnt. I mean, to a crisp. It was retarded. So they described what happened. They were saying that the woman, she was getting beat on by her boyfriend, all of this shit. She was in an abusive relationship, and she cheated on her boyfriend one day. So the boyfriend, came to the house, and he poured gasoline all around the house, lit the house on fire with her and the boy or the dude that she was cheating with in the house, because the boyfriend knew that it was a dude there. So he just burnt the house up, killed both of their ass. You know what I'm saying? Burnt her to a crisp. So her body laid there, crispy as hell. We like, damn, what the fuck? So, they telling us what's going on. They saying this is the process that they do, after somebody die. So when they rolled the body in on the slab, they picked up the body from the slab that they rolled it in on and put it on one of the slabs that was already in the room. So they put it on the second slab. When they put it on there, they bring out these big ass choppers, like when you edge your bushes. They brought out one of them. You know what I'm saying? They drew the Y, in the middle of the body, with a marker. Drew the Y, right? All right. They drew the Y. They used a knife. They cut it where they drew the Y at. So they cut the body open. You see skin. You see the blood, the inside of the body, all of that shit. We like, damn, this shit getting real. You know what I'm saying? We thinking it's fake at this point, till they came out with them choppers, right? They used the choppers to split open the ribs. And you can hear it. Now, mind you, we behind this glass. You know what I'm saying? You can hear the bones crunching with the chopper thing uh, splitting the bones open. You can hear the bones crunching. So we know it's real at this point. We like, oh shit, they real like doing this shit for real in front of us. You know what I'm saying? So they crunching open the body. They open the ribs up, right? When they open the ribs up, they take the heart out, the intestines, everything that was on the inside, all them organs inside their body. They pull all the organs out. They took it over to a sink, right? They took the organs to the sink, washed them off. You know, of course they got gloves on and all of that stuff. So they washing this shit off like it's nothing, like it's just, like it's food or something. You know, when that happened, two guys that was in there with us started throwing up, threw up all over the floor, all type of shit. The rest of us, we still holding strong, so we still watching this shit. Like, man, what the fuck is going on? So after they cleaned all the organs up, they put them in a plastic bag, a clear plastic bag. When they put them in the bag, they tied the bag up. They walked up to the glass where we was at. They showed us the bag up close. So we knew that it was real. Them was real organs. You know what I'm saying? They take the bag back to the body. They put the bag, they stuck the bag inside the body. Then they closed the rib cage and they sewed up the skin. We like, what the fuck was that? Okay, after they did that, they took the saw, right? What you use this saw for? Like you just cut like wood and shit with this type of saw. You know what I'm saying? They used this saw and they cut around the head all the way around, right? They cut the damn head open, took the top of the head off, showed it to us. The inside of the damn head, took the brains out, took them to the sink, washed the brains out, put the brains in a plastic bag, brought the brains over to us in the bag, showed it to us, showing us that this ain't no fake body, this ain't no bullshit, you know? Man, by this time, I told you the first two guys already was throwing up. By this time, it's about three more guys, they started crying. You know what I'm saying? Like, this shit real. So after they did that, they put the brain in the bag in the head, on back inside the head. They put the top of the head back on the head. They stitched that shit all the way up, right? After they did that, they rolled out that first body. Now that was the woman that was burnt up. Body number two, they bring in. They did three bodies. They bring in the second body, right? The second body was a black man. Now, apparently, he was in the streets, you know, doing his thing and shit. And he got into it with some guys that was really about their life. So what they did was they had a piece of wood with a big ass nail in it. Like the nail might have been like that long. You know what I'm saying? They took the damn piece of wood, I guess a 2x4 or something, smacked him on the side of his head right here. So the nail went inside his head where his temple at. Instantly killed him, you know. Like I said, they tell us the story on how these people died and shit like that. So they stuck the nail in this man's head. Now, he wasn't burnt up or nothing. He was a regular body. Butt ass naked. You see his nuts, all of that shit, just like that. You know what I'm saying? By this time, dog, it's about four more guys start throwing up. Because this second body, we could smell it. Now, I don't know if y'all know what dead bodies smell like, but you can smell that dead body. The first one, we didn't smell it. Maybe because it was burnt up. You know what I'm saying? But the second body, which was the black man, we smelled that shit. So, bunch of more guys throwing up like a motherfucker, right? Man, it was so crazy, right? They did the same thing on the second body. Cut the body open, took the organs out, washed them out, put them in a bag, threw it back in the body. That's the second one. Let me stop real quick. Let me hit this chat. This the part street niggas don't see. Hey, too scandalous, you already know. You know what I'm saying? You already know. This is why I'm telling this shit. Like, dog, motherfuckers don't know. Like, shit get real out here for real. You know what I'm saying? Uh, so ENTE. Yo, what's the deal? What's the deal? Tapped in. All right. Now, here go body number three. Body number three was another black man. This black man, the second black man, he was probably like in his 30s or something. Now the third black man, he was 17. So, he around our age, even though, he was a little older than us, you know what I'm saying? But he was 17. They told us the description on him, you know, same thing, out in the streets, you know what I'm saying? Don't give a fuck about nothing, gang banging and all of that shit. Well, the niggas that he was beefing with ran up on him, shot him all in the face. So he had bullet holes all in his face. Now, mind you, we can see the body, so we see the bullet holes all in his face. Eyes was wide open. He had a shocked look on his face, like he was shocked. So they was saying when the niggas ran up on him, he knew what it was. You know what I'm saying? And it threw him in a complete shock. Like, damn, these niggas caught me. You know what I'm saying? So before he could even react, they already blew his face up. So him being shocked, he got caught in that moment. By the time he had that shocked look on his face, they was already blowing his face up. So he had that shocked look on his face, by the time we seen his body. I ain't gonna lie. And again, you can smell that body too. You know what I'm saying? So NT, Ohio checking in. What's the deal, Ohio? Y'all good out there? All right. Now, like I said, with the third body, you can smell it and shit. By the time they started cutting on him, I ain't gonna lie, I threw up. Because the smell of a dead body is reckless. You know what I'm saying? And especially with it being that close. Even though we was on a side of a glass, but it was like you could smell it like you was right there next to him. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy. So I got to throwing up. When I threw up, I looked over because we throwing up on the floor, So basically, the people that work at this place, they know that, when they bring these young niggas in, they be throwing up and shit. So wasn't nobody tripping, we was throwing up. So by the time I get done throwing up, I look over at my auntie, and she had the smile on his face, like, yeah, got your ass. You know what I'm saying? So we watching that third body get cut open, doing the same thing, So by the time they did that, all of the guys that I came in on the bus with, we all fucked up, crying, throwing up, all type of shit. Mind you, we young as hell, you know what I'm saying? So this was some fucked up shit for us to see and smell, you know what I'm saying? So everybody crying and all of that shit or whatever, So my auntie, she hit us with the one, after the people on the other side of the glass was done, they rolled the bodies out and, they went on about their day or whatever. So my auntie look at all of us in the glass. She like, well, I hope y'all young niggas learn something, because y'all keep on doing the same shit y'all doing. Y'all gonna be behind this glass, laying on that slab, getting y'all bodies cut open, getting y'all intestines took out and washed like y'all some damn food. You know what I'm saying? Man, I swear to God, we was in there crying like some little bitches. Straight up. I'm not gonna lie to you, we was. You know what I'm saying? We all in there apologizing. I swear I'm done. I ain't never doing nothing in the streets no more. I'm going home. I want to kiss my mama. Like, we just saying all type of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Niggas was taking their flags off, all type of shit. Niggas like, man, we done with this shit. We gonna go to school and be on the right path because we don't want to die, Excuse me. So ENT, was it a scared straight type program or something? Man, you could basically say that for real. You really can say that, honestly, because my auntie didn't tell me where we was going. She just rounded us up in this big ass Greyhound bus and took us to this building to see these dead bodies get cut open and, give us the description of what happened to them. So yeah, it pretty much was a scared straight thing. And that was the whole point, the scares, you know what I'm saying? And it did. It did. It did its diligence, because it wasn't no fake bodies, it wasn't no story time or none of that. It was real dead bodies rolled out in front of us, cut open and all of that shit. You know what I'm saying? And we seeing this at a young age. It was that was some crazy shit. With them scared straight programs, they take you to jails and have a bunch of grown ass men holler at you. Nigga, you want to come up in here? You want to be here with me? Blah, 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 blah. Doing all that shit. It wasn't that kind of scared straight. You know what I'm saying? It was motherfucking dead body scared straight. You know what I'm saying? Now, the scared straight that they be showing on TV is that jail shit. But this shit that my auntie put me through was dead body scared straight. You know what I'm saying? That was a whole nother level right there. Now, I'm gonna be real. If she would have took us to a jail, we probably would have all been in there laughing at them niggas. You know what I'm saying? And that's exactly why she didn't take us to a jail. Because, we was a different kind of cut. You know what I'm saying? For real. So we had to see some dead bodies to understand like this shit real out here. So anyway, back to it, right? After my auntie, hit us with the one, asking us, did we learn our lesson and all of that shit, you know, we all in there making up shit like, yeah, we done with that, blah, 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 all of that. So she like, all right, I think y'all all learned y'all lesson, so I'm about to take y'all home. Well, we all get on the bus. We quiet the whole bus ride, like no lie. Like I said, when we first rolled there, we all on that bitch throwing up gang signs, you know what I'm saying, rapping, talking shit, laughing, running back and forth up the little bus aisle and all of that. Like we was on that bitch acting the damn fool, you know what I'm saying? Now when we left the building, we quiet. We all just looking out the window like, damn, I'm glad to be alive, you know what I'm saying, type shit. So all right, everybody getting dropped off, you know what I'm saying? They dropped me off. My auntie walked me up to the door. I ain't gonna lie, I had this little puppy dog look on my face, you know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know what the fuck was going on. Like, I just got pulled into some shit. Like, I literally was at the crib just chilling. And then I fuck around and go see 3 dead bodies getting cut the fuck open. Like, that shit was reckless, So, all right. When I get up to the door, my auntie walked me up to the door. By this time, my daddy there. So my auntie go in there and talk to my daddy and shit. I go in the room and I lay down. So my mama come in there. She like, did you learn your lesson? I'm like, yeah, I did. I'm done. I ain't doing no more crazy stuff. I promise, She like, yeah, good. So she walked away. Now I hear my auntie and my daddy talking. You know what I'm saying? And they laughing and shit. Y'all laughing like I'm a bitch or something? Man, I instantly went from being sad to on that tip. Like I was ready to do something to them. You know what I'm saying? Because I hear them laughing like yeah, we scared that nigga, blah, blah, blah. The plan worked, all of that shit. Man, after she left, I'm like, oh, okay, y'all want to play with me, right? I went right back outside that same day. I tried to like wipe that out my memory like I didn't see these dead bodies. You know what I'm saying? I tried to wipe that shit out my memory. I went outside and I was back on the block. You know what I'm saying? Nah, message to all the youngest, man. A lot of y'all probably ain't gonna never experience nothing like that. And you don't need to, man, for real. But some do, to make you understand that this shit is real. Even though I experienced it and I took it as a joke because my daddy and my auntie was laughing at me afterwards, you know what I'm saying? But the reality is that's the reality. That's what's gonna happen to you. Now we all gonna die at some point. We all gonna have to sit on that slab and get cut the fuck open as well. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna happen. But when you out here in the streets, you shortening your life. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing promised out here, especially in them streets. You know what I'm saying? So with us seeing the 17-year-old boy, that was like our reality check. Like, you can get to 17 and be out of here. You could be out of here later on today and be on that slab sometime this week. You know what I'm saying? So it did hit home. It was the reality of it. You know what I'm saying? And I never forget that shit. But it was just the fact that my auntie and my daddy was laughing at me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a bitch. Like, hey, y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I ran right back out here. Now I'm gonna be real on this end of it. That shit stopped me from doing a lot of shit that I could have did out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, far as like murking people and shit like that. it brought me to a halt. Like when I had that pistol in my hand and I was ready to lay some shit down, that shit did have a flashback on me. You know what I'm saying? That shit did flash back on me. I was like, damn, if I do this to dog, I'm gonna put him on that slab. And then if I put him on that slab, guess what? I'm gonna get put on that slab. You know, so it did its work, but it didn't fully take me out the streets. You know what I'm saying? And maybe this is another reason why God spared me, because he know that I learned from that experience. But at the same time, I was still out here trying to prove myself. Like, y'all got me fucked up. You know what I'm saying? So I went through a lot of shit to make me understand, like, nigga, your ass can be laid on this slab too. Flat out. You can lose your life young as hell. You know, I got stabbed at 16. I could have died then, but that shit didn't phase me. It didn't hit no vital organs or nothing. You know what I'm saying? And then everybody in school seen me get stabbed. So that shit boosted me up. I was already in the streets being reckless. You know what I'm saying? So then I get stabbed and I made it out that shit. Like, dog, I was just getting turned up the older that I was getting. You know what I'm saying? All the way up until I turned 21 when I got shot the fuck up. Even when I got shot up, I got hit 7 times. You know what I'm saying? And I walked away from that shit. I ain't had no major surgery or none of that. I wasn't on no medication, none of that shit. I got released from the hospital the same day. So I was out here on some Tupac shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, can't nobody see me. You know what I'm saying? I done been stabbed. I done been shot up. I done been in jail 100 times. Nigga, I'm that nigga. That's just how I was feeling. And then prison came right after that shit. So what I got to say about all that is to the youngins, man. I know y'all probably looking like, man, fuck what this nigga talking about. I'ma still do me. Trust me, I was there. I know exactly how you feel. You know what I'm saying? But if anything that I said didn't make sense, let this make sense. That metal slab that them dead bodies was on and they was getting cut up on, that shit is gonna happen to you. It's gonna happen to me. It's gonna happen to all of us. But if you keep doing what you doing, you gonna be on that bitch before me. And that's a fact. Because the streets don't got no love for nobody. When you dead and gone, them street signs still gonna be up there posted up on that corner. So you out here claiming that shit and running around doing reckless shit around them street signs thinking you own that shit, them street signs is gonna show you that they gonna outlast your ass. Take it how you want, man. But that's the reality of this shit, man. Now, don't get me wrong, when you young, you really don't got much to do. So the streets is like the best thing popping. You know what I'm saying? And I get it. And this is the thing about it. You can hang out in the streets and not be violent. It's when you want to be violent and you want to claim that shit like you own it. That's what's going to get you. You know what I'm saying? So even if you do want to hang in the streets, go ahead. Just be careful of your actions that you're making. And be careful of the guys that surround you. Because 9 times out of 10, them be the ones that get you. The same ones that you with be the same ones that'll take you down. And then have your ass on that metal slab at a young age. Getting your organs took out your body. You ain't never seen that. I did. I ain't seen it since, but I did see it. I saw it at a young age. You know what I'm saying? You don't want that smoke, dog. I'm telling you, man, you don't want it, dog. I done been betrayed by my close friends. So I know exactly what it is, man. I didn't watch close friends betray their friends. And guess where they ended up? On that motherfucking slab, getting their organs took out their body. And guess what? That viewing didn't stop with me and the crew that I came in with. That shit kept going on and on and on and on. To the next crew, showing a whole lot more people what happened to you when you die. Again, we all gotta die. But it's about you preserving yourself. because the streets ain't gonna preserve you. It's been another live stream of Roll Up a Pour Up. So get your blunts rolled and your drink poured.